thought it was a great message. It was very emotional, and I almost started crying at the end.
A special event leaves its impression on middle schoolers, the message that got students talking. And Port Vancouver High School gets the ESPN treatment. And you might be surprised at who's behind the camera.
Oh my, and the pass is complete.
Well, I thought the assembly was really touching, because I know people who have been very angry, and I've experienced some of that stuff.
Students at Gaiser Middle School get a sobering lesson that's especially timely right now. Hello and welcome to In the Know. I'm Helen Raptis. You probably saw something about it on TV news or in the newspaper. It was even on the cover of People magazine. Several young people around the country, all of them victims of bullying, committed suicide. These needless deaths remind us all about the impact of bullying and intimidation. Chad Young shows us how a special program is opening students' eyes.
We all made a pledge in that room to start a chain reaction, and I think that it inspires a lot of people.
The message at a special assembly hit these students hard.
I don't usually tear up at all, but today I did.
It's called Rachel's Challenge, and it asks kids and adults to treat others the way they would like to be treated themselves. The idea sounds obvious, but Principal Mike Lane says it takes something special to break through the fog of adolescence.
Middle school students sometimes need that the 2x4 to the head moment where they really get something, and you know that they're hearing the message when you have 900 middle school students in the bleachers, and an hour later when the assembly is coming to a close, you can still hear a pin drop.
Rachel's Challenge was started by the family of a girl who was killed at the Columbine shootings in Colorado. Rachel Scott was a kind person who believed in going above and beyond to improve the lives of others.
My codes may seem like a fantasy that can never be reached, but test them for yourself and see the kind of effect they have in the lives of people around you. You may just start a chain reaction.
The basic message of Rachel's Challenge is to start a chain reaction of kindness and compassion that will ripple around the world.
Jonathan Oliver brings that message to schools all over the country.
We want to talk to the students about their heart and not about what's going on in their head. We want to go here first. And when you go here, you allow a person to not sympathize with someone, but to empathize with them. You know, to be able to put yourself in that person's shoes and really experience what they're experiencing.
Both students and staff say that empathetic approach really works.
We see it more of an awareness of the power of the way they treat each other, especially the power of the words they use to one another. Kids become more aware of that.
I used to pick on other kids, and since the first assembly we had, I've stopped. So.
And it'll help me just be friendlier to everyone and say hello to people I don't know and try to introduce myself and stuff.
I saw a lot of people also who usually think, I don't know, they're kind of tough guys. They understood what a big deal it was, and that they should be, kinder.
Like it says on the board, the Rachel's Challenge is a one-day event here at Gaiser Middle School, but the lessons they learn will last them the rest of the school year and maybe even the rest of their lives. For In the Know, I'm Chad Young.
Rachel's Challenge is part of a multi-step approach to improving school culture at Gaiser. Principal Mike Lane tells us they've started a new initiative to improve student behavior and reinforce the school's core values. Hard work pays off in a greenway at Columbia River High School as it cuts the ribbon on its new solar panel. The ribbon cutting ceremony is the end of a long process. Student leaders wrote grant applications to get funding for the panel, and different clubs pitched in to help out. Students and administrators agree the kind of teamwork it took to get the panel installed will also help the school's green movement in the future.
It has been fabulous, and the kids are excited about it. Our whole student body is helping. It's a larger scale effort on our whole community's part.
It's a really good feeling knowing that, we're a school that's trying to make a difference and help the future generations, because it's really up to us now.
The solar panel was actually installed in June, but they waited to officially cut the ribbon on it until now. Since it was installed, it has already saved 325 pounds of CO2. Students at 3 Vancouver elementary schools are getting extra helpings of fruit and vegetables thanks to a grant. So we went to the appropriately named Fruit Valley Elementary to find out what they're eating.
Apples, strawberries, bananas,
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos? Why do you like jalapenos?
They burn your mouth till you want to die.
And that's fun?
Yes.
Fruit Valley, King, and Washington elementary students are getting fresh fruit and veggies 4 times a week as a mid-morning or mid-afternoon snack. Getting most kids to eat their veggies is a challenge, so this program is designed to encourage lifelong eating habits. The schools are partnering with Washington State University Extension Services and Clark County Public Health to teach the students about healthy eating.
I think anytime a kid can get something that's not processed, it's a good thing. Most of the kids here will eat processed foods more than non-processed foods.
At my house, we don't really have like fruits and vegetables around that much, and at school we do.
Fruit Valley, King, and Washington are the only schools in Clark County who won grant funding. More than 200 schools around the state applied. The money, more than $68,000, comes from a federal USDA program. 6th graders at Jason Lee Middle School are learning in a whole new way. A pilot program assigns each of them their own laptop computer to use at school and at home. Nick Vole has more in our focus on technology.
This is a pen. It may not look like much, but think about it. At some point, this was brand new technology. Now we just use it to get our work done and forget about it. Well, that's sort of the idea behind a new program at Jason Lee.
It's so cool!
That's pretty much the reaction you'll get from any 6th grader at Jason Lee.
This is so sweet!
Each of them has been assigned a laptop computer as part of a pilot program. On that computer, students use software called Cognite, which connects each of them to a class calendar and allows them to collaborate on math, social studies, and other subjects. It also empowers them to self-direct their own learning and stay focused on their lessons even at home.
This is really going to help the kids stay on top of their assignments, stay on top of the work. It will allow parents to see immediately what it is my students are working on. The work can be completed at home. Parents can get engaged with the work being completed at home.
In the classroom, the laptops and Cognite system will give teachers more flexibility.
Instead of just having one period a day where they can go to a lab to do those things, the teacher can work the use of the computers into their day and use them when they need them and then pack them away when they don't.
Not having to share a computer with classmates also teaches students personal responsibility.
I like it because then I can't be blamed for something that someone else did.
So you're just sort of responsible for yourself?
Yes.
The laptops and the software that connects them all are quickly being integrated into classwork.
And the kids, maybe even faster than the adults, saw the potential for this because the kids are light years ahead of all of us with technology, as we all know.
We get them in the hands at 6th grade. By the time they're in high school, it's second nature, and the technology goes away, and it just becomes a powerful tool that they use. And the fact that it's a cool gadget isn't really a part of the, even how they think about it anymore.
Just like the ballpoint pen. For In the Know, I'm Nick Vole.
Vancouver Public Schools treated parents and community members to the first patron tour of the year. The patron tours give people a chance to go inside schools and get a first-hand look at the educational process. This time around, the tour began with a welcome from Superintendent Steve Webb. Next, participants took a look around Eleanor Roosevelt Elementary School. Finally, they walked next door to the Boys and Girls Club, which is inside the Jim Parsley Center. The next patron tour is scheduled for December 3rd, and there will be 2 more later this year. The tours are free. To sign up, it's easy. Just go to our website at vansd.org. Vancouver Public Schools takes another step forward in its mission to prepare students for the workforce. It brought together teachers, administrators, and students to talk about STEM schools. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. The idea is to give students a head start in getting into those fields. STEM programs are also good for our economy. As one educator tells us, businesses are asking for better workers.
We need people to be ready to do the work that needs to get done when they get out of college, and if they're not ready, we have to train them.
That's Nikki Hinostro, director at High Tech High in San Diego, California. She came up to talk to the group about how her district has successfully implemented a special STEM magnet school. She says the main key to getting students engaged is to build trust.
They are willing to take risks and try new things and work together with others and trust us a little when we do something a little bit different. And when they do that, they say, oh my goodness, I can do this.
Another key is developing community partnerships with businesses, something the district is working on right now. If all goes well, the target date for opening a new STEM school is 2012. Every week, millions of Americans sit down to watch college football and NFL games, making it the most popular sport on TV. But television broadcasts aren't limited to the big schools and the pros. As Colleen Nelson reports, sports teams at Fort Vancouver High School are also getting big league treatment.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another exciting Fort Sports presentation.
It looks a lot like a game you'd see on ESPN, with an announcer, multiple cameras, graphics, and even instant replays. But those aren't professionals down on the field, they're high schoolers, just like most of the people working behind the camera.
I haven't seen many high school sports productions that look like what we're producing.
Video production teacher Andy Burhow runs the show, organizing students and volunteers to broadcast football, volleyball, and basketball. On game day, he drives the mobile production unit down to the Kiggins Bowl and starts unloading. Then, as Mr. Burhow heads back to the classroom, his team takes over, putting together the control room and announcer booth, running cables, and setting up the cameras. In all, it takes about 6 hours to prepare. The volunteer crew, which includes students and former students, are learning on the job.
It's real experience in terms of, we have a real product, we have a real deadline. I mean, the whistle's going to blow and the game is going to start.
And when it does, the action in the booth is just as busy as on the field.
Ready to cut the three? Cut the three? Okay, thank you. Ready to cut the two? Cut the two? You want to see that? What was it? I didn't pay attention to the play. Yeah, ready to roll it? Ready. Remember how to do it? Now wipe, you're on camera too, so wipe two. Ready to roll it? Ready. And recall, and bring it in, roll it.
We pretty much fly by the seat of our pants right at the beginning. When we seem like we're not prepared, I would say, when we're starting off, but somehow it meshes well together.
There's always moments where you're going, okay, why am I doing this? This is insane. But when you finally stop and kind of look at it and watch the game again, you kind of, oh, okay, didn't look as bad as wasn't as big a train wreck as we thought it would.
The Fort Sports broadcasts are a big hit with students and fans.
My mom, she usually does make it, but if she doesn't, I just have her sit down, I make her go play by play and see what happened, and she enjoys that.
They'll play them again in the cafeteria at lunches, and you can watch. If you win, it's cool to watch it again, brag a little, and if you lose, oh well, but.
Hayden Hang the pass. He's got his man, and it's a touchdown.
For In the Know,
it's a pretty exciting thing for kids to see.
I'm Colleen Nelson.
You can see Fort Sports broadcasts on Comcast Channel 29, usually starting the day after the game. We've also produced a special 15-minute long documentary on how Mr. Burhow and his team put together broadcasts. It's called Game Day, Behind the Scenes at Fort Sports. You can see it right now on Comcast Channel 28 and also on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/VanSDTV. Vancouver Public Schools aren't just on YouTube, they're all over the internet. You can also friend the district on Facebook and follow its tweets on Twitter. The addresses for these sites are on the screen right now, and you can also link to them from the district website, vansd.org.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Students at the Vancouver School of Arts and Academics got to have some Halloween fun and help their school at the same time. They dressed in costume for Race for the Arts, a fundraiser that pays to bring in guest artists. The students took pledges for each lap they ran or walked. As you can see, these National Honor Society students and their advisor had a Wizard of Oz theme. Andrew Walker, the guy in the square yellow costume, got to lead the charge down the track so that the other runners could follow the yellow brick road. Well, that's just about it for our show. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Helen Raptis. See you next time on In the Know.